The Great Barrier Reef is one of the most breathtaking places on Earth. Stretching over 2,300 kilometers along the coast of Australia, it's the largest living structure on the planet. So vast it can be seen from space. But what makes it truly extraordinary isn't just its size, it's the sheer explosion of life it supports. Beneath the surface, the reef is alive with color and movement. Over 3,000 individual coral reefs form a complex underwater world, home to more than 1,500 species of fish, hundreds of types of coral, sea turtles, sharks, rays, and countless organisms still being studied today. It's often called the rainforest of the sea, and for good reason. Like rainforests on land, coral reefs support an incredible diversity of life while protecting coastlines and sustaining ecosystems far beyond their borders. For thousands of years, the Great Barrier Reef has also held deep cultural significance for Indigenous Australian communities, who have lived alongside it and cared for it, long before modern science began to understand its complexity. Economically, the reef supports tourism and fishing industries that provide jobs for millions, contributing billions of dollars each year. For a long time, the Great Barrier Reef seemed eternal, ancient, resilient, and untouchable. But over the past few decades, that illusion has shattered. The reef has suffered extensive damage, much of it visible within a single human lifetime. One of the most alarming threats has been coral bleaching. Corals may look like rocks, but they are living animals that rely on microscopic algae called zooxanthellae. These algae live inside the coral, providing it with food and giving it its vibrant color. When ocean temperatures rise even slightly, corals become stressed and expel these algae. The result is bleaching. Corals turn ghostly white and, without their main food source, often die. Mass bleaching events have struck the Great Barrier Reef repeatedly since the late 1990s, with some of the worst occurring in 2016, 2017, and 2020. In certain areas, large portions of coral were lost in a matter of months. Scientists recorded widespread mortality, especially among fast-growing branching corals that provide critical habitat for fish. But climate change isn't the only cause. Pollution from agricultural runoff carries fertilizers, pesticides, and sediments into the ocean, clouding the water and blocking sunlight that corals need to survive. Coastal development has destroyed mangroves and seagrass beds that once filtered water and protected the reef from erosion. Overfishing has disrupted the reef's delicate balance, removing species that help control algae growth. Crown-of-thorns starfish outbreaks, fueled partly by nutrient pollution, have devastated coral populations by feeding directly on living coral tissue. Add to that damage from storms, ship groundings, and careless tourism, and the pressure becomes overwhelming. So why has this happened? The short answer is human activity. The longer answer is that for decades, the impacts of industrialization, fossil fuel use, and environmental neglect accumulated faster than natural systems could adapt. The reef evolved over hundreds of thousands of years under relatively stable conditions. Rapid changes in temperature, chemistry, and water quality pushed it beyond its limits. For a while, the future of the Great Barrier Reef looked bleak. Many feared it was on an irreversible path toward collapse, but there is another side to this story. Despite the damage, the Great Barrier Reef has shown a surprising ability to recover when given the chance. In recent years, scientists have observed signs of regrowth in several regions. New coral larvae have settled, fast-growing coral species have returned, and some areas have regained significant coral cover. Improved water quality regulations have reduced agricultural runoff in certain catchments. Active management programs are controlling crown-of-thorns starfish populations. Marine protected areas and fishing restrictions have allowed key species to rebound, restoring balance to parts of the ecosystem. Researchers are also developing innovative solutions. Scientists are breeding heat-resistant corals, experimenting with assisted evolution, and exploring ways to restore damaged reef sections using coral nurseries. Advanced monitoring systems now track reef health in real time, allowing faster responses to emerging threats. While these efforts don't erase the damage already done, they prove something important. The reef is not beyond saving. However, recovery is fragile. Without addressing the root causes, especially climate change, any progress can be undone by the next heat wave. That's where we come in. Protecting the Great Barrier Reef isn't just the responsibility of scientists or governments. It's something individuals around the world can contribute to. Reducing carbon emissions by using renewable energy, driving less, and supporting climate-friendly policies directly helps slow ocean warming. Choosing sustainable seafood reduces pressure on reef ecosystems. Cutting down on single-use plastics keeps debris out of the ocean, where it can smother coral and harm marine life. Supporting conservation organizations, spreading awareness, and respecting reef guidelines when traveling all make a difference. Even simple actions, when multiplied by millions of people, create real impact. The Great Barrier Reef is more than a natural wonder. It's a warning, a lesson, and a source of hope. It shows us how vulnerable our planet's ecosystems are, but also how resilient they can be when we choose to protect them. The reef's future is still being written. Whether it becomes a story of loss or recovery depends on the choices we make today. And if we act wisely, the Great Barrier Reef can continue to inspire, shelter life, and remind us of the beauty our planet is capable of sustaining for generations to come. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below.